It is the opener of the 2024 season for these two teams. And off we go on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Stroud begins with a pass. A throw left side finds Dell. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the first down. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal. Here's Stroud. Now he'll run it.
1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here.
On the double. Panther 60. Panther 60. Let's go
On play action, Richardson. That's to the rookie first-round pick, Xavier Worthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Off play action, he'll set up to throw. This one is caught by Hollywood Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and take. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs.
So they're implementing a cover 2 system, and what that means is on the back end, Mike, your 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. They got to cover from the middle of the field all the way to the sideline. So they got to have range, they got to have great instincts, and then when they get a chance to get their hands on the ball, they got to be picks.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
Here's Richardson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Stroud. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. On 2nd down, Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. It is 3rd and 10. To throw is Stroud. He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It is a big-time play for Houston. 32 yards.
Here we go.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And it's going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend. But as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there. Second and a yard.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They go right back to Taylor. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Ready? Track 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. 18, Pioneer. Ready?
From the gun, Richardson. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, what this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth, he certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey.
To throw, it's Stroud. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
On the quick, right?
They will work the middle with Mixon. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Stroud. To the left side, caught by Schultz.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
All right.
On the tight end screen, it's Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
A second down throw for Stroud. That's complete to Diggs. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans move out on top, 14-0.
Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Receiver in motion, going right. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
Ready up.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Shut up.
A run. It's Jones. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Now a 3rd and 2.
Stephanie. Cowboy 80.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They'll have it by plenty. It was 3rd and 2. They picked up 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go now.
They send him right out of the slot. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it just past their 25.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And this will be tracked down and intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
All right.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here we go, let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds. 0-0 up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
14. Colts nothing.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Taylor does a nice job there finding some running room, and that's the Jonathan Taylor we all remember, Mike. Think back in 2021, Offensive Player of the Year, arguably one of the best players in football. And then the last 2 seasons, it's been the injuries. When healthy, he's among the league's best.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
That's good for our Colts.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Stroud. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
All right.
On play action, Stroud. Backs to his tight end, Schultz. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
This is caught. Downfield, it's Dell. Stroud to throw here on first down. Here's a shot. toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Houston. That his second touchdown now here in the season opener. Fairbairn to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Ka'imi Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. Now a handoff. Jones. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On play action, Richardson. Right back to Brown. He's got it again.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first down with Jones. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
On the give, this is Mixon. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
On the quick, right?
They'll go play action with Stroud. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They'll run with Mixon, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Man in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. He'll find his man, Mecole Hardman. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. On 1st down, it's Richardson. That one is complete to Hardman. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. From the gun, Richardson. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. Touchdown, Houston. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1.
His kick is good. Next to score Texans 28, Colts 3. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 61 yards. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll take it on in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown Colts. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
South.
To throw is Stroud. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
All right. Look at hot. Hey, uno.
Now Stroud. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That is caught. And he's in. Tank Dell. Touchdown, Texans. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Now he'll air one out. That's caught. Still going. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts are able to edge a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Already.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And that final throw here is intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone. So it's a win for the visiting Texans.